Hi everyone. For those of you online, can you just kind of thumbs up or something so I know you guys can hear me and see everything? Screen share. Perfect. All right, thank you. So welcome to the virtual career fair prep. As you guys know, next week, I believe it is, we have the virtual career fair. So this is just going to kind of help you guys prep as you prepare to meet with and talk with employers. So why do you want to participate in a career fair? You're going to want to learn about the companies and the roles, because when you're applying to jobs, you're going to already have that background knowledge of, oh, I talked to this recruiter, this person, I really like what they do at the company, I'm really interested in this, they have a job opening that I think I would be perfect for. You're going to make professional connections, because the more you go to these, the more you talk to recruiters, you're not only just talking to recruiters, they might also be bringing some current employees, especially Fordham alumni, love to come back during these career fairs with their companies and just talk, and you're just hearing this one-on-one kind of experience and personal connections that you're building. And you're going to practice presenting yourself professionally, because as you're talking to them, the more you do it, it's definitely scary, but the more you do it and the more comfortable you get, you're going to have your elevator pitch, you're going to talk about who you are, what your major is, all of these things. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you get with it. So you're going to definitely helps for when you're in the real world. And then you get insider information, because you might hear about specifically what they're looking for. You're really just, as I mentioned earlier, getting experience talk, especially if you're talking to an alumni or someone like that. So yeah, it's definitely really recommend it, and it's really great experience. So why do employers participate? They want to meet students. When I was an undergrad, I really struggled with this. And then I realized these people are literally getting paid to meet with you and talk to you and eventually want to hire you or go on an interview with you. They want Fordham students. This is their job. They are here for a reason. They want to talk to you. They want to get to know you. They want to advertise their organization and their mission, because this is also something that they're passionate about. You're going to work at a company that aligns with your values, what you want. So the recruiters, they want to share how they feel about it, and they're going to identify and recruit job and internship prospects. So they're going to talk to you about what their company has to offer, programs. They can answer any questions that you might have specifically about the organization and all of that. And when you get to these career preps, the career fairs, you want to stay organized. So when it's on Zoom, you're going to register through Handshake with either a one-on-one employer or a group session. And especially when you're on the one-on-one sessions, you're going to want to treat this like an interview. You're going to want to look your best, even if it's just, they're probably only going to see top half up, so if you don't want to, if you want to wear pajama pants, that's okay, but make sure your top is good. You're going to want to make sure that your background is appropriate and professional. No inappropriate posters, pictures, things like that, preferably in front of a blank wall if that's possible for you. And you're going to want to come in prepared to talk about whatever you want with a recruiter. It could be questions that you might have. It could be specific inquiries about a position opening. It could be hearing about what a day-to-day looks like for them, whatever it is that you want to talk about. And you're going to manage this through your sessions tab on Handshake. So when you're on Handshake, you're going to go to the career fair thing, tab, when it's there, and then you can see your sessions and click into them. The sessions, I believe it'll open up 3 to 5 minutes before you're supposed to log on. You can go on and sit in a waiting room, I believe. And then the sessions end about 20 minutes after the scheduled end time. So you're definitely pressed for time. And because of that, you want to be able to be prepared and just talk about the main core concepts, and definitely utilize your time as efficiently and effectively as possible. And you're going to want to check your technology ahead of time to make sure that your Wi-Fi is good, it's stable, that your camera's working. I'll talk about this a little bit more. Video is not required for these. It's definitely recommended when you can. And so you just want to make sure you definitely want to make sure your microphone's working, that you're in a quiet environment, and that you're ready and able to give this your best. So what's different with a virtual fair rather than an in-person? So you're going to register and sign up for sessions in advance. When it's in person, basically, it's kind of just you find the table of the recruiter or the employer you want to talk to, and you just go up to them. Whereas this, it's much more kind of organized, because you have to plan ahead and really like budget your time for who you want to talk to and make sure that you can get a slot opened. And then employers can select their type of session. There's two options. There is the individual, which is you and one person from the company. You're talking to them for a straight 10 minutes. And then there is the group, which is multiple students, probably like I've been on them with about like 30 to 40 students. It's a lot of people. Most of the time your camera's probably going to be off, but there might be functions enabled for you to maybe like chat or speak. And it's a 30-minute session. That's, in my experience, that's when it's a much more broad level overview. Like, here's the company, this is our values, this is what we have to offer. Not as much personalized as an individual might be. That's when you're talking one-on-one, question and answer kind of style. And video, audio, and chat features. So as I mentioned earlier, video is preferred, but it's not required. So if you could and you feel comfortable, we recommend you have your video on so it feels much more personal. And developing rapport online can be a challenge, so practice is key. The more you do this, the more you get exposed to it, the easier it's going to become. It's definitely so intimidating when if you're on an individual session and it's just you and a recruiter. The recruiters are all very, very nice people. This is, again, their job. They want to be recruiters. So they're going to be social. You can talk to them. It's definitely intimidating, but that's when you want to be prepared. You want to have a list of questions either written down or like on the screen next to you. You want to be able to talk about things with them and have them answer some of your questions. And these are quotes straight from the employer's mouth. So after every career fair, they have like a post-fair survey, and these are some of the quotes highlighted that talk specifically about Fordham students. So these companies have very good relationships with Fordham students. They like to get to know us. They love seeing our resumes, talking to us. So just remember that even when it does feel intimidating, these employers, they leave feeling very impressed. And these are straight from the employer's mouths, advice and tips. These are not just what we recommend you say. This is what employers have come back and actually said to us. This is what we expect. So you should research the company and the applications beforehand. You don't want to come into this interview and say, hi, company XYZ, what do you guys do? You should already have a foundational knowledge of what the company does and maybe some like a general idea of their missions, their values, and just stuff like that. You're going to want to prep your elevator pitch. I'll talk about that a little bit more on later slides. And again, if possible, you want to use the video capabilities. It's definitely recommended because it feels much more personal, because we are separated from the barrier of being in person. So this just makes it kind of more natural, kind of replicates what it would be like in person. And again, you don't want to ask what the company does. You want to already walk in knowing what they do. That's not to say you have to know everything 100%, but maybe know if you're talking to an accounting firm, you want to know that they're an accounting firm, and if they're marketing, you want to know that, vice versa. So yeah. And before the fair, again, you want to research. You can see a list of the employers that are going to be on Handshake, and you're going to want to check that in advance. That goes for both when it's in person and virtual. You should just have kind of a knowledge of who's going to be there, and you're going to want to research each company. Since you have to proactively sign up for these companies, you should have an idea of who they are when you're signing up, because if you're a major that has nothing to do with the company, it might be a waste of time for you and the recruiter if you're talking because you didn't do your research ahead of time and now you're in an awkward one-on-one session. And you want to demonstrate your interest, know what they're hiring for, and generate specific questions. So when you're talking, you want to show, I'm very interested in this company. I'm interested in the tax position that they have, and I want to know a little bit more about what it would be like, what the roads to become a tax associate look like when you're talking to that company. And you're going to want to prep your materials. So you're going to want to revise your resume. We will be hosting resume reviews, resume rushes, they are called. You can do it either virtually or through a Zoom appointment. You can make these appointments via Handshake with a career counselor. You're going to want to upload your resume to Handshake as well. And you're going to want to remember that your digital presence is more important now than ever. The more that you're able to engage online, the stronger it is, the more beneficial it is to you. We are obviously in unprecedented times where the internet, we're relying on virtual connectivity more than ever. So with that in mind, I definitely recommend you keep a strong digital presence and you meet with career counselors, whether it's to talk about, we do mock interviews, we do sample questions. So whether it's something like that, just talking, getting familiar with the process, or going over your resume, because recruiters will be looking for that and asking for it. So yeah. And then during the fair, you're going to want to log into the session on time. We don't recommend being late because that shows, like, being on time shows that you can manage your time well and all of that. You're going to want to practice virtual networking. So as I mentioned, you can prep with a career counselor, you can rehearse beforehand with a friend, with professor, anyone, just talk about questions, practice asking them, making up your digital presence. And in a group session, you're going to want to allow other students to take the floor, which means you're not going to want to talk over them. If there's sometimes chat features will be enabled and stuff, ask a question and then let someone else ask another question. Don't take up the whole time, because there could be up to maybe like 30, 40 other students in there. You're also going to want to wait until someone finishes speaking to ask your own question. So whether that's the employer, the recruiter, or the student asking a question, you're going to want to wait until there's a second for you. Like, you don't want to interrupt. And you can use the community tool to chat with other students, which again, you want to keep that appropriate because it's all on Handshake. So you don't want to say anything that you might regret in the future. And then after the fair, you're always going to want to follow up. And that means having thoughtful and intentional communication. So you might email the recruiter. You should always email within 24 hours, the recruiter, the employer, whoever it was that you talked to. You should say something like, "Hi, so-and-so, thank you so much for meeting with me today. I really enjoyed hearing about your pathway from Fordham to the company. I really am interested in a role similar to what you do. I would love to stay in contact. The best way to reach me is my number, my email, and I'm attaching a copy of my resume." So that all through that, it's a quick email. It takes 5-10 minutes to write. You're mentioning a specific so that they can recall who you are. You're expressing your continued interest in the position, as well as maintaining that personal connection by saying, "Would love to stay in touch." And then you're also going to attach your resume, because they have it, they're going to remember you. If it's a recruiter, they're probably going to put it in some database, email list, all of that. You're also more than welcome to connect with them on LinkedIn. If you connect with them on LinkedIn, you should send a personalized message with the invitation. So instead of it just saying so-and-so wants to connect with you, it'll say so-and-so wants to connect and sent you a message. And there again, you can say, "Hi, so-and-so, we met at the Fordham Career Fair last Thursday. I found your LinkedIn and I'm looking forward to connecting. Hopefully we could stay in touch." And then if applicable, you can apply for the job on Handshake. If you do that and there's a cover letter, you can mention in the cover letter that you met during the fair. Again, we offer cover letter services here. So if that's something that you need, always reach out to a career counselor and we'd be happy to help. And sometimes on Handshake, it'll have the job posting, but it'll link you to a external website. Maybe it's the company's website. So just always check and really read, so you make sure that you're fully completing the application afterwards. And when you're talking, you should have this 30-second elevator pitch. Basically, the concept of an elevator pitch is, pretend you're going up 30 floors in an elevator with someone. This is what you want to say. You have one chance to say it. You have a couple seconds. So you're going to really have 5 main key features. You're going to want to say who you are, what experience you have, what skills you've developed, what sets you apart from others, and why you're a good fit. I have a sample that I'll show on the next slide, but I just want to talk about it a little bit more. So this is just, you want to be authentic. It's going to sound very robotic if you just memorize this and you just kind of say, "Hi, my name is Deanna. I am an accounting major. I'm going to graduate next May." You don't want to do that. You want to sound very authentic and that it's free flowing. So the only way that's going to happen is that you practice it a lot and you say it a lot more. It's going to sound awkward. It's going to sound really repetitive, but the more that you do it and the more that you prepare, the easier it'll become, and it'll feel much more natural, and you won't be as awkward or intimidated as you might think that you feel when it is time to do it. So here's a sample elevator pitch. I can read it for you guys. I mean, you can also read it on the slide, but basically you would say something like, "Hi, my name is Anita Smith. I'm a junior English major at Fordham College, Rose Hill. I fell in love with publishing after working on the RAM, Fordham student newspaper, for the past 2 years, and now I'm really excited to try my hand at book publishing. I know Simon & Schuster's internship program applications opens next week. Do you have any suggestions for me to keep in mind when working on my application?" So there you go. You introduce yourself, you provide your background by saying that you're a junior English major at Fordham, FCRH, and then you're going to show your qualifications, your little bit more of your background. You worked on the RAM, which is Fordham student newspaper, and that's why you're interested in publishing, and you're excited to try your hand at book publishing. So you're kind of just giving them an overview of where you come from, who you are, what your what your goals, your intentions, your future plans are. And then you kind of finish it all up with a question by saying, you know that this internship program opens. Do you have any suggestions for when working on your application? So then it also just is a perfect segue for the recruiter or the employer, whoever you're talking to respond. So then the last slide is just stay connected. I mean, I hope this was really informational. I tend to talk really fast, so I'm sorry if I talked a little bit too fast. Definitely stay connected with the Fordham Career Center, either on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. This is being recorded right now, so if you guys want the recording for any reason, we could send it out. I think we can also send out the slides. Yeah, please always follow up. You can email anyone at the Career Center, meet with any of us. We're all super happy to help. And yeah, thank you. Are you guys all good online?